In this video, I want to show you how to make a Learning Station test from the question banks that are in Learning Station. So to do this, log into It's Learning and then click on the Learning Station tab. Once Learning Station has opened, click on the Test tab. Now this is where it's going to be a little different because in the past you've been used to creating an answer key only test. Now this will sort of still be an answer key only. You can still administer this test with just the bubble answer sheets, but to create the test you're actually going to click the New Test button here. So I'm going to click New Test. Once this screen comes up, notice there are three tabs. I'm going to click the Select by Bank tab. Once you're on this screen, notice all banks is selected from the second drop down, but when I click on the drop down choices, you will see a list of all of the possible banks that are available. Now this will include every SLO test that we've given over the past couple of years. It will have some resources in here for math, for HMH content, and some English content. So from that list, you will choose the bank that you're wanting to get questions from, and then you will click Show these questions. It'll take a little while, but it will load every question in that particular bank. So like I said, if it's an SLO, every question that was on the SLO will show up here. If it's an HMH, math, or English bank, all the questions from that particular bank will show up. So you can go through and read through the questions. You can click on the preview button here to actually look at the question if it's not in great detail. If it's a question that you like, all you have to do is click this Add to Test plus sign. I recommend choosing the one with the standard tagged with it, not the one that does not have a standard. Notice when I click that green plus sign, it'll show that it's been added to the test over here on the right. And then I'll have the choice to remove it. So if I accidentally click the wrong one, all I have to do is click that again and it'll take it off. So I continue to go through the list. I continue to click and add questions to my test. It'll continue to add the questions over here on the right. So continue that process until you get all your questions in. Once you have all the questions that you want, click Create Test. It's going to load those questions into your test for you, and it's going to give me a little preview here of what this test looks like. So I can see there are my two questions that I have added. I can click and drag these to rearrange them if I want to. If I need to add more questions, I can click here back on More Questions. It'll take me right back into the bank. At that point, I can add additional questions. If I realize, oops, I didn't really want one of the questions that I add, once again, I can click here to remove it from the test. So I'm going to go back and create that test again. Now, once I have all my questions on there, I've got them in the order that I like them, I'm ready to go. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to create the Create Test button. Give it a few seconds, it'll process that particular test. And then I'll be given these choices that I need to fill in on the test. You must give it a title. So I'm going to call this Sample. The description is optional. Test category, is this just a classroom test? Most of them probably going to be, is it a pre-test, post-test? Choose accordingly. Choose your subject area. Choose your grade level. When it comes to the bank, you can just say create new bank. You can leave that blank and it will just throw it into your own personal bank. For the profiles, it's got several different choices there. You can use any of those choices. If you're not sure what something is, click preview and you'll actually see the breakdown, and that's what tells you what is exceeds, meets, and so forth. So play with those, use what you want. Now if you're going to share this with other teachers at your school, here under sharing, be sure to do share with my subscription. Remember, subscription is school. If you want to share it across the entire county, you choose share with my district. So once you've typed all that information in, click Create Test. Once again, it'll take a little bit of time to process. Once it is processed, it will actually open that test for me. And at this point, I'm going to be doing the same steps that I always do when it comes to assigning my test and generating my answer keys. So here's my test. Now, if I'm ready to, right here, I'm ready to assign it, notice I could click here on New Assignment. But let's say I created it now and later I'm going to come back and assign it. So if I'm going to do that, I would then go to the Assignment tab, click New Assignment, once this screen opens, I'll just give my assignment a name and assign it to which classes are going to be taking this. So I'm just going to call this Sample Bank again. Click where it says no test is selected, find my test that I've just created, assign it to my class that's going to be taking this, and then create assignment. So that process is the same as always. After it is created the assignment, I'll need to generate my answer sheets just like I always do, and then I will need to print those out. So hopefully this will take just a couple seconds here to create this assignment. And now it takes me to the screen where I can click here to generate my answer sheets. Let's again give it a few seconds to actually process that. And then once it's processed, I'll click download my answer sheets and print those out. If you do want to give this test online, as soon as you assigned it, it is available for the students on their Learning Station tab, and they could actually take this test online because those questions have been entered into Learning Station. So both options are available when you use the question bank. You can do the paper pencil bubble answer sheets, or you can do an online test, completely up to you. So here I would click download file, generate that get that file to open, print it, and I'm good to go. Hope that helps you use the question banks in Learning Station.